know that I'm different. Self-motivated, self-disciplined. Yeah, I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode from Boyz to Men. I'm your host, Terry, Mr. King. We're back to you with another episode from Boyz to Men. Today, we're going a little X-rated. On this episode, I got a friend that does a little bit of everything as far in the adult industry. I'm proud of her success. I'm so proud of everything she's doing. I support her at every aspect. Just, I haven't made no video with her, so, I'm just saying. But either way, just seeing where she's going and the success she has outside and separating herself from her work, I'm proud to say I know her. But I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
Thank you. My name is Emmy Baby. I partake in a lot of the adult shit.
Exactly. Let's see what all you do. You OnlyFans?
Of course, babe. I got the OnlyFans shirt on now.
OnlyFans.
I'm a dancer.
You're a dancer.
I'm a sugar baby for sure. That's a given.
Lucky. I'm so excited. But no, okay, sugar baby. And also, did you do any porn in this?
I
dabbled in it.
Dabbled in it, but I didn't like how it made me feel. I like to do it on my own shit because I don't fake anything, and I felt like
it was more
doing it that way. I always felt like I was having to fake it. So.
Ooh, hey, so we got a lot of stuff we can talk about on this stuff, but all right, let's Emmy Baby, let's get started into this interview. Oh my God, this is about to be one hell of a
an interesting one.
Interesting one. All right, this is my main first question. Do you think where you grew up had an influence on?
Yeah.
Because you grew up in Panama City back when.
Actually, I'm not even from Panama.
You're from Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I feel like in your teens and everything, you grew up in Panama City, correct?
Yeah.
That's back when Girls Gone Wild was there,
No, I think that they weren't there when I was there. But really what got me is I lived in Pensacola for a year in 2015.
Uh-huh.
That was when I first moved to Florida from a real small town. And I met my best friend, Maxine.
Yeah.
And she brought me out of my shell. She got me to lose my virginity. She made me feel comfortable with what I wanted to do. Because since I was in 6th grade, I wanted to be a dancer. I saw, it was the Rihanna Pour It Up video. And the girl was walking up and I swear, that's going to be me.
And you are one of
And I did it.
Hey, you achieved your dreams and you followed your goals and you achieved it. Oh yeah, and Maxine, I remember I see a lot of the videos you have of her.
Yeah.
She was a real big influence on a lot of things.
She was a wonderful.
She's a real big part in your growth.
Oh yeah. I learned so much from her. She was very, very smart and knew how to save money and taught me very valuable lessons because my mom did not teach me that.
Dang. Oh yeah, and what did happen to Maxine? If you don't want?
I would prefer not to.
We're not going to talk about that one. But Maxine, thank you for making Abby who Abby is today.
She's a real ass bitch. Let me just say.
Hey.
The one and only.
The one and only. R.I.P. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with. Let's start with what you started with first. You're following your dreams and becoming a dancer.
Actually, I started at 17 in Panama City, Show and Tell. I'm gonna shout them out because that is the best club out there.
Okay.
If you're ever in Panama City, that's where to go.
Okay.
But I don't know, I just knew the DJ, and so he got me in, and the club was owned by Russians, and at that time they just did not give a fuck. And I just walk in, as I didn't have an ID, he didn't think twice on it, said come back the next day. I worked there for 2 weeks, and then the club got raided. So, it was really crazy for a first experience, but I was addicted after that. I'm as soon as I'm 18, I'm doing it.
You're not the first person that I knew that was 17 that started dancing though.
Really? It's
when
not.
I was in high school, there was this girl that was stripping then. And I was just like,
It's not uncommon. You just gotta know the right club to go to.
facts. That is true. That is true. Okay, but all right. What is the average take home? What's the most you took home in one night?
Dancing?
Dancing.
It was a $3,500 night, and I worked for 4.5 hours. But that was in New Orleans, so.
I feel like I need to become a male stripper. I can just do the windmills all night. Windmill.
They have a male strip club in New Orleans,
But
but I don't know how different it is. I don't know if they make as much,
I
but
heard male strippers make more than women strippers.
shit, I would not know. I'm gonna be honest.
I need to figure this out because I may need a new career.
Go up in there and Magic Mike that shit.
Hey, what? I gotta break back.
No, see, if you got the muscles, you know, and you're very tall, they would eat you up out there. You just gotta be comfortable with giving a dance to men.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, you're just dancing. They're not allowed to touch you, so.
I'm just scared one time they're gonna do it and I'm gonna come around just.
Well,
And then,
as a dancer, I have that authority. I've knocked this shit out of customers before. You got to sometimes, especially working in the hood clubs. You got to stand your ground.
touche. All right, what is your all right? You said it's scary. So what's your scariest experience in the strip club, other than getting raided?
Oh, fuck. There is a lot. I think one of the worst was this guy. I don't know if he was like a sociopath or like if he just like, I don't know. But if I saw him out in public, I would be really scared. Because I was like sitting there, just giving a dance, you know, and then he like locks his legs around my feet and pulls my arms back. And he's like, I could just rape you right now. And I'm like, holy shit. And it was so scary. And like, I just like kind of slowly finished the dance. I was like, okay, thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I gotta go to the bathroom because I don't want to make him mad, but at the same time, I don't want to be there. And yeah, and there was not security in that club, so that was, you know, a given. Thanks, Panama City.
That was in Panama City?
Of course, yeah.
Dear Lord.
It was rough out there. It's not bad. I don't know. It was just different.
Okay. All right, so like I don't really go to strip clubs like that, but the people I know that are strippers, a lot of them don't take care of their bodies.
Okay.
So, and I see that you do. You work out and everything. Do you feel like working out should be part of the requirement as becoming a stripper?
I think that it is definitely needed.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to do in general, being not a stripper and being a stripper.
Yeah.
But it also just depends on the area that you're in, because I know in New Orleans, those women are, you would think they're model style, like they are legit models.
That's what I'll be thinking.
So, I guess just lower down clubs, they don't really care as much, and they're just, they're not doing it because they love it. They're doing it because they have to. Or that's how I feel about it. Like, if they're not taking care of their body, they're just doing this because they need money now, and this
they
is...
feel like they can just show some titties and get some money. But I feel like if you're not, because I remember back when I was going to Miami for spring break, we went to King of Diamonds. I'm looking at this stuff like, dang, these people doing tricks on the pole. I'm looking at this the type of women. I was like, you could tell like, yo, they work out, they take care of their body. And I remember, like I've been to a strip club like 3 times in Pensacola, and I'm 30, and I'm 30. So that lets you know how often I would go to a strip club. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this?
I know.
And they like, oh, you gonna throw some money? I was like, a penny, maybe, but I don't even throw a penny. Like, I don't see the point of throwing penny or $1 at somebody that I'm like, bro, I would not fantasize.
It's more of like a pity kind of thing.
It wouldn't even be a pity thing. I'm seeing the exact same thing everybody else is seeing for free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink, and you gonna like, oh, you wanna buy me a drink? I said, for what, $20? You think it's I found out the whole finesse system. I was like, hey, yeah, no.
Yeah, and that's probably why you don't go to strip clubs out here, because why would you waste your time if you're going to a strip club? Or for me, anyways, if I'm going as a customer, I'm trying to see some pole tricks. I need to see that ass upside down in my face.
I'm like, and I want you to look. I'm like, dang, in my head, I'm like, in my mind, what a stripper should look like, because ever since I was little, I seen the Player Club. And like, bro, it's like, if you don't look like Lisa Ray.
I know.
And I'm like, what you really doing here? I was like, because I feel like they actually take care of their bodies more.
Mm-hmm.
You can maximize your profit. Your whole night could change. How much you make in a month, you probably make it one night.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't do that.
They would just do a little extra here and there, maybe. And then another thing is they do these like crazy outfits. Like a lot of men like just simple shit. And look, I'm all for not doing it for a man, but you're at a job and it requires a certain thing. So you kind of have to work for the people that are going to that club. Like, if you go to a gentleman's club, you're going to wear cute lingerie. If you're going somewhere that is a mix, you can do, like, the skimpy, like, fishnets and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, you got to dress for that club and act for that club.
Okay.
When you go in there, you're acting.
You putting on a persona.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still me when I'm in there, but it's also like...
This is my job.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it also goes when it comes to, like, guys approaching y'all and everything and trying to talk to y'all. Because, all right, I'm not even going to flex. Every time I talk to somebody and I find out they're strippers, sometimes I do have a hard time separating one or two from the other. Like, all right, bet. Oh, you're a stripper. Oh, now you're in this category versus separating them from the person. But I just know how some strippers are and the things they would do for the money in the club. Yeah, so I'll be like,
But I can tell you, I have worked in so many clubs in so many different states. Like, I have traveled this whole country.
I've seen it. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that travel.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
So, I could tell you the amount of women that are going to be doing that extra nasty stuff is so much like lower than.
Is it more like is it a lower club thing?
Yeah, like yeah. I mean, unless you're in like fucking Jacksonville, if they say they're a stripper out there, and that's just cut your losses.
Oh,
cut your losses.
There.
Don't even. But that's that's like the one place that was by far the nastiest thing I had seen. Like,
our nasty is in what?
It was like an open room. Like, it was like a circle, and then there was like circle like chairs and stuff, so everybody could see everybody. Yeah. And this girl was just standing there getting her coochie ate, just out in the middle of everything, and the guy was just jerking off to it. And I have never in my life seen that in a strip club before. When I tell you, I finished that dance, I packed my shit and left. I didn't even pay tip out. I did nothing. I was like, this is nasty. This is nasty. I didn't want to touch nothing in there. Like, oh God.
There was no private rooms?
There was, but that was like a lower down private room. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was just no. It was not it. And all the other clubs out there were crazy. But I should have known the name of the club was Wackos. So I should have known. Should have taken it again.
The name kind of told on itself.
But everybody said it was the best club there.
Because they get to do whatever they want to do. Okay, so, yeah, when it comes to guys, like, approaching, like, trying to dating people, like, strippers and everything, you see them approach them in a different type of, like, I know how they want to get approached, but then you also think, like, man, I know how you're approaching and how you talk to everybody else. All right, how can men learn how to separate the two?
Well, first off, they need to have kind of, oh fuck, I'm high, so I gotta think of a word. first off, they need to respect her. Okay, and then not have an ego. Like, oh, she's a dancer, she's yada yada whatever. You got to be cool with that. So that, because a lot of men, they say they're okay with it, but deep down inside they're not vibing with it, and they look at her differently due to that.
Yeah.
And so once you get past that, there's like, you just approach her like a normal fucking human being.
But you see a lot of strippers, they're more on the, hey man, what can you do for me tip versus.
Well then, that's not fair. There is a good portion of dancers that are like that, but there's also a good portion that are not.
They're genuine. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, just about every female is gonna be looking for what you got for me.
Yeah.
It's just as a dancer, we peep the game because we already know and we know how men operate.
Yeah.
In reality, you're gonna pay for a girl regardless, whether it be you're taking her to dinner, you're taking her shopping, you take her to see a movie, you take her out and buy her drinks, you buy a hotel room for you guys to have a night out.
Yeah.
You're paying for it regardless because the woman most of the time isn't going to pay for that.
Yeah.
And because she's looking for that. So it's just, as a stripper, we expect a little more because we know how it goes and we know you're going to be willing to spend.
Yeah, see, that's my problem. I started getting to the point where I was like, I go home and watch porn.
And you have that option.
I mean, yeah, that option.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But like, also, it's also got to be a respect thing from the opposite side as well, too, correct?
I totally agree. Like,
Yeah.
and as women, we gotta start also paying for our own shit.
Oh no, cause look, in terms of, that's my first thing I said. So a girl came up to me not too long ago, was like, "Oh, what you gonna?" It's like I was just talking to her and everything. She's like, it's like, bro, so what? Hey, you can take me here. Blah, blah, blah. I want to go here. Blah, blah, let's go. I was like, what your pockets do?
Yeah, right.
She's like, huh? I was like, yeah, I know what I got, but what do you got? Oh, she's like, oh, you broke this. I said, nah, baby, I'm not broke. Everybody may think one thing or another. They think I'm this or that, but another thing about it, I'm not broke. I just choose. I learned how to choose wisely who I spend my finances on because I got other obligations, other responsibilities.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Some men enjoy spending money on women regardless, but some men also want to know that the woman isn't just in it for the money and that it's a genuine like.
Exactly, I want a connection because all right,
Yeah.
I went on a date. I got off this app Tinder. Oh my god. But I knew and look, I exactly right. I go back on it, somehow I get back on and DMs be flooded. So I was like, okay, let me figure out which one I want to talk to at this time. The last time was literally the last time I said I'm ever going to get back on Tinder.
Oh, it was that bad?
It was that bad. Literally, the girl, she's like her. I'm not even gonna say her name. I don't want to give her none of the energy.
Yeah, no, don't give no info out.
I don't want to get no info or none of the energy. But like, we start talking everything, blah, blah, blah. I live in the country. My signal sucks. So every time I cut out, she's like, oh, you hung on me. And her, and I was like, pause. If I hung up you, I wouldn't even try to call you back. Pause. And then like, it's just little stuff like.
Yeah, red flags.
And like, the red flags off the jump. And like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a true chance. So we're supposed to go out. Like, she's like, oh yeah, let's do this. She wanted, this is in the wintertime too. She's like, oh, let's go to the beach. And we just walk around and talk.
It's cold this winter with the
Exactly. I was like, you sure? She's like, yeah. I said, all right, babe, we'll meet halfway. Because I'm like, I want you to feel like you're obligated for anything. I know you want me to feel like I'm obligated for something because you may think, oh, I'm spending this, so you're expecting that. So I was like, I'm trying to do the respect thing and like learn to communicate it. Because, fuck, to be honest, sex is overrated to me right now.
Yeah.
It gets to the point where I was like, yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bye.
My vibrator does just a fabulous job.
And I do the exact same thing myself. And probably you quick.
And I know how, I was like, get that shit done in like a minute.
And now I'm going to listen to the other nagging stuff later on afterwards. But no, so we supposed to go there. And like an hour before we supposed to meet up. She's like, oh, let's go in town and go to the steakhouse instead. I was like, Paul, the whole idea for this night was we're going to sit and talk and chill and like probably grab a slice of pizza. Like, that's not a bad first hangout or date or something. And she's like, no, let's go to Jackson Steakhouse. I was like,
Oh, she going, there is Texas Roadhouse and then there's Jackson's. Okay.
Exactly. So you understand, like, I was like, you went from a baby to $20.
And there's nothing wrong with spending
exactly.
that on a woman.
But I don't even know I like you yet. That's the wrong thing.
To me, if a man offers to take me to a Jackson Steakhouse right off the bat, that to me says that he's going to pay me unconditionally for my time and is showing out.
Yeah.
That's what that's. Nothing wrong with that. Let me just.
Exactly. There's nothing
I
wrong
love
with
that shit.
All right, but like me, the point I'm in, I'm like, bro, I'm looking for a genuine connection. I ain't looking for just no pride. I'm just going, oh, boom, and like that and the third. So she's like, oh, if you broke, just say that. I was like, excuse my French. I said, bitch, you went from a $20 hangout to $100 a plate. I'm like, now that means let me know I'm for real. I'm like, bro, you only in this thing for this. What can I do for you? But what can you do for me? I'm like, and then she acted, when I finally met up with her, she was so childish.
Well, and that's the thing is you can tell the difference in women who are appreciative and are just in it for that.
Yeah.
Because they're going to, first of all, they wouldn't have asked for that.
Oh.
They would have maybe brought up like, hey, are you hungry? Do you want to go eat somewhere?
Yeah. Maybe.
Or, I don't know, this is just how I operate anyways, you know.
You big baller.
Well, I also don't need nobody to pay for me.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Because I'm going to go to a place expecting that I'm going to pay because expectations turn into resentment, okay?
Yeah.
Can't expect shit out of nobody.
Facts. And look, that's why I was like, man, like I encourage some of these guys. I'm like, yo, if you got it, cool. If you don't mind, that's what you mind, that's what you want to start off with, cool. For me, I'm done all this stuff. I'm older now.
What works for you works for
exactly.
you. Works for other people.
Now, that's the thing about it. Now, when I meet the person, I'm like, okay, boom.
Right.
Like, hey, you gonna get. Like, I done did everything. I done did the part where I flew people out before.
Right.
I done did this stuff. Like, all that stuff that I did in them test runs. Like, if I find that person, I'm like, oh yeah. Like every month, I'm planning on going somewhere. Hey, they ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. I was like, bro. Why we standing? Let's go. Let's fly.
Let's go.
Let's go. Where your passport at? You ain't got it? Oh, let's go get it. We gotta take 2 months now. Now we just gotta go to stuff inside the States. But
and that is why I do not settle for one man at the moment because I'm not ready and I need multiple men for different things.
I understand that completely. I understand.
For each city. It's not that, I get with it. It's just like, they just, the comfort zone and I know they're going to pay for whatever I need if I need that.
Until I find me a sugar mama, then wait, that's yours. Oh, that's yours.
Let me just make sure it's not my mom.
Man.
Oh, it's just spam.
This man, oh yeah, this man people be
spam.
calling like crazy. All right. So now let's go into how to get started with OnlyFans.
When COVID hit.
Okay. Because strip clubs were shut down, wasn't it?
Yeah, somebody was just like, just do it. And I'm like, fuck it. And here we are. Which I don't ever really get on there as much. I kind of got bored with it.
Yeah. Wait, when's your birthday?
June 30th is coming up.
Oh, shoot. I thought you was Aquarius. I was like, you sound like you was
I'm a Cancer.
That's my response too. But, oh, yeah.
Aren't you a Cancer?
I'm an Aquarius. I'm February 12th.
Really?
I'm an Aquarius, and I'm here to get managed. You know it. Let me stop. But no, well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So you just took that leap of faith and just said, fuck it.
Yeah. Here we are, I already sell pictures, which I've been doing that for years. Like, they started the OnlyFans shit or the Snapchat Premium, whatever. I've been doing that since I was 15. I swear to, that shit is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I be laughing at people that are trying to hit me up on this stuff. I was like,
I don't even post about it on Snapchat. People are going to hit me up, regardless.
Fact.
I don't have to advertise.
Fact.
Well, I do have my OnlyFans on my car.
So they like, oh, who's he? Hey, you're OnlyFans?
I flash truckers,
so
I make sure I have it on the side that I pass them on.
Oh my God. So if you see a trucker, do you make sure you get to that side?
Well, most definitely.
You're like, oh, they're working hard. Come here.
Well, look, truckers help run this fucking world. Without them, we wouldn't have a lot of things that we have.
They deserve to see some titties.
They do, sometimes. this might be a little vulgar.
What?
Sometimes I masturbate while I drive, and I happen to let them watch occasionally. Just a slight little bit, just a peep show, and then I do like a little wave, and then I drive off.
How many of them actually followed you afterwards?
None of them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like, honk.
Yeah.
Do you always get toots or you
Well, so my favorite, when I was on my like trip thing, I had my friend with me. So there was a line of like 20 fucking truckers, and I was like, you gotta flash your titties to every single one and get a horn from every single one. And we did, most definitely. Because, they probably have the CBD radios. They're like, watch out for these girls coming up. Titties on the left.
Titties out on the right. Titties out. Check it out. You're like, oh yeah.
It was just like a constant brrrr.
The whole time. The whole 20. Boop, boop, boop. Okay.
It was definitely hype.
So,
Thank you, Texas.
Thank you. I might need to drive trucks in Texas.
No, it was made for semi-trucks. Like, we were not supposed to be on that road, I don't think. I almost wrecked my car with a pothole.
You had a bad tendency of wrecking cars.
I know. That's why my insurance is so high.
So, what is the craziest thing you have done on your OnlyFans?
Probably fucking well, I don't know. So I was at a Turkish spa in Philadelphia, and there was like this back room, it was like a sauna, and then within that room there was another room with a door, and it was still a sauna,
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're both very hot to see when we just made a video right there, and somebody walked in, and we did not stop, but they walked out.
So you had sex in those. Where's the crazy? Was that the craziest place you hooked up?
I fucked on a jet ski in the ocean, and yes, I got a video of it.
Is it on your OnlyFans?
Yes, it is.
What the? All right, were you on the front or were you?
I was in the front.
Of course. So every time.
And I was driving.
So every time you hit a pop,
Yes!
it was like.
It was wonderful.
Oh my god. That's not lit. That's how.
It was just so great. I was like, you know what? This is the place. Pull your pants down.
He was like, what? Hey. Okay.
Thank you. I get like random urges sometimes. Like, I don't know. Don't get on a phone around me. That's the thing for me. I just like to.
Wherever. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So,
I just live my life how I want to.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO.
Hey, she only live once. Alright, so cause you said the difference between your OnlyFans and porn is like you felt like it was fake.
Yeah.
So when you did porn, so I felt like it was like staged on half the stuff.
It was like, well, they first like put me in a room and they like asked me what I was comfortable with and what I wasn't.
Okay.
And they had like, it was just, they would show me a man and they'd be like, this is who you'd be with today. And it was just, I just didn't like it. And like everybody of course got tested, so like that wasn't what it was just more of like, I don't know.
Choose a person.
I didn't even smoke a blunt with this man, you know what I'm saying?
I was hook up with this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. And it wasn't, because I just started out, so it wasn't paying as much as I had wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go, I know my flat rate,
Yeah.
I ain't going under that. So, that's just.
I figured it. I understand that part completely.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's the most you made? I ain't asked you this on OnlyFans. What's the most you made?
Like in a month?
How you gotta pay a month?
It's just like a monthly kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Which the most I ever made was like, I want to say like almost 5K. That was my best month, and I never made anywhere close to that again.
Dang.
But I also never really talked on there. I would just post my video and post
interact with the clientele.
I fucking hate texting because again, I feel fake doing it. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I'm enjoying talking to you when I don't.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
They go that Tennessee accent when she come around. When she real, she hit that accent. Okay. Oh, shoot. So, let's see. Now, when it comes, all right, because I feel like we're going to talk about dating a person in porn, then we talk about dating a person in OnlyFans. We already talked about the stripper wives.
Yeah.
All right, so, OnlyFans, because guys would think like, oh, bet. All right, me and my friends are having this conversation. I want your viewpoint on this.
Okay.
So we was like, man, the girl got an OnlyFans, I'm gonna take it out, right? All right, bet, boom, yeah. OnlyFans probably only costs $15. You pay basically $40 on a meal. I was like, dang, you don't pay for 2 months subscription, so do you feel like the OnlyFans make you should lower the standards for a woman?
No.
But can you see how certain?
No, actually, I can't see that.
I was laughing at that. I was like, when I started thinking about it, I was like,
that to me says he's insecure, and because she is a porn, like he looks at her differently because of that.
Her word. Sugar daddy.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I can see that. All right, so what do guys need to do to stop thinking like that? Because I feel like it's getting hard for them to separate. With all
stop being
industries.
insecure and being like, oh, I'm a man, you know, like, and you're a woman, you should stay a virgin. You're a dancer, I can't control you. Like, it's just stupid shit. Like, quit trying to think you can be Captain Save-A-Ho.
Do you think it's basically them trying to control?
Yeah, definitely. And it stems from, let's be honest, childhood and nobody ever acknowledging what boundaries are and what a healthy relationship fucking is.
Yeah.
So ideally, what everyone needs to do is just reprogram themselves and work on your own boundaries. And I think what you find out what you want in a person and what your boundaries are can help you to not be so fucking judgmental by somebody's job.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. That goes a little deep into it, I know. But.
Yeah, because I recently had I had a conversation with a Muslim,
Okay.
an Islamic lady, and she was like, I don't see how y'all do this. I was like, but I feel like everybody got their own viewpoints on their stuff, and everybody got
been raised differently
and everything. So it's like kind of hard to judge people. And I'm like, nobody should have the right to judge anybody in the first place. But I was like, she's like, and the guy, like, married, that's why they cover up, like, ain't for everybody to see and everything. So I was like, I understand that.
But that's kind of like you're owning somebody and saying that that's their property. Yeah. When in reality, nobody is anybody's property.
Yeah. But I say you got married.
No, my man will not control me in that way. And I will not be with a man who feels the need that he has to protect me from other people's eyes like I'm only his. Because that's so backhanded. Like, men don't even get treated like that. There's not even a second thought for what a man does. But it's all eyes on a woman. And I thoroughly believe that women should be treated like we're a fucking human being and that we need to own our bodies. Everybody needs to stop controlling one another.
Well, I don't know about that part where you say men don't get, like, the part where men get seen for what that, because...
Elaborate.
Because I think men are, like, one of the most, like, as far as people that get judged the most in society is men. I understand they're women.
Well, no, this is your opinion. And I'm a female. I have no idea what your experiences are.
Like,
but don't you see how women feel that way and men feel that way?
Exactly. So it's like
we are fighting against each other when we could just work together.
Because look, I look at it like this. Because men.
Sorry.
Oh, you got to wear it. Oh,
sorry, y'all.
Get on camera. No doubt. But no, because like with men, like. Say, like, especially with this cancel culture, you can't say nothing.
And that's so fucked up.
Exactly, like, it's like
how
the same
people process through it if we don't talk about it.
Exactly, because like the same people that want to be heard not willing to listen, and like you want to. Like,
thank you.
It's like can we if you want to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. And understand, this is my opinion.
Right.
My opinion don't have to be your opinion.
I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to have you listen to me.
So to give you a different viewpoint.
Exactly.
But I feel like until men and women, because like, I can't say there's no one type of woman, there's no one type of man, there's no one type of anything. But it's basically all who you decide you want to be with or be around. And like, what, like you said, the boundaries that you're willing to establish. Yeah. Because until you're really like, all right, this is what I expect, and you have the conversation. That's why I said, if I get another relationship,
remember that
expectation,
resentment.
Exactly. Because that's why I'm saying, like, you go into a relationship, you gotta have expectation. You gotta let it grow naturally. But now
you have your boundaries, and that person can acknowledge that. But if you allow that person to overstep your boundaries,
I cut them off.
That's on.
I cut them off because I get like this little warning, couple warnings from me. I like, you get one warning.
You get an acknowledgement. You
like,
know, this is my boundary.
Don't do that again.
Don't cross that.
And then if they do it again, there ain't no strike 3. There only strike 2 strikes.
No, because the more you give a strike, the more you are really dissing yourself and not respecting yourself. You're allowing other people to walk all over you.
Exactly. That's why I said I'll get that one first time. It's acknowledgement. Like, you do the same thing that we just got done talking about. Yep. I was didn't respect the conversation and my boundaries. So you don't care.
They're telling you everything they need to know about themselves.
Exactly. So at that point, because like me, I'm not a person that will post a lot of things on social media or face. Like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't expect nobody to know other than, like, probably some family. Like, we've been together a long time, certain close friends, we do stuff like that, maybe. But even in that, it's a stress, because, like, bro.
I feel that too. But I'm still low-key, like, I mean, I obviously post on social media, but what's actually going on in my personal life,
no one will never know.
My mama knows.
Exactly.
You know, like.
But that's about it. Because, like, people always, I feel like people got this whole perspective. That's where social media came in and kind of fucked up everything. Like the mental health aspect of what social media do to people.
I know.
Like, everybody will have an opinion about everything, about everybody.
Yeah. And they're trying to make it a fact when it's an opinion.
Exactly. So if we can learn to take away these opinions and understand it's an opinion, and not everybody's opinion got to be the same as yours, the same mindset as yours. You're like, okay, now you can see the differences and the beauty in the differences, because like you get different perspectives of people. Because not one look, you can look all over this earth, every inch. You're only gonna find one person like you. Either maybe twins. Y'all are not the exact same person.
No, one person is the exact same.
You might like certain things similar. You're gonna have some differences, and that's the same thing with like marriages and relationships and friendships.
But that's what's beautiful about it.
I know, they learn to accept the differences.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be the same.
Exactly, that's boring. I think that's why I got so comfortable being alone and by myself, because I'm like. I was like,
I love myself.
I love my peace. I love my, like, time to flow. Like, everything. Because, like, people, they're so judgmental. It's like, man, I don't want to be around people because, one, you're not separating the things I do from the person I am. That's why, like, with athletes, I respect them. Like, they're doing more and everything. Like, it's like, bro, I'm not just an athlete. I've got this. Even the thing with actors, even, like, the person working in the factory, the teacher and everything else, too. At the end of the day, everybody that's going through something, they're human beings outside of the thing they're going around. And once we start respecting each other like human beings and, like, they're like, I'm not better than you, no matter what circumstance you're in. Like, bro, like, this...
And we gotta stop seeing things as good and bad.
I know.
Your mind is the only thing that makes it so. There's nothing good or bad in this world, okay? Like, you have the power to see the good. Like, when I popped 3 tires in one day. I know you remember.
I don't even watch a story all the time, but it seems like every time I watch a story, something happens to your car. So I was
experiences.
Life.
And because of that, you know, I had a really interesting day. And, you know, I got into town, perfect timing. I was able to meet a new person that introduced me, because I was out in Atlanta for the third tire. Yeah. And it also gave me an excuse to get new rims.
Touché.
So, you know, I could have chose to look at that as, oh my God, my life is fucking terrible. This is always happening. But why? It's fucking funny. How could you not? Who do you know could pop 3 tires in one fucking day? I think that's an achievement.
I think she actually got a point.
I think I'm.
But that's one thing, like, even my therapist, we talk about learning this, that things that happen, it's really just a moment. It's
Right.
It's like, dang, that happened. But you learn so much more stuff in the moments that happen that you don't plan than the moments you actually do plan, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, and it's such an awesome thing. Like, I believe that we chose to be in the physical world for experiences and lessons.
That's life.
And
That's life.
I'm going to take all of it in.
Yeah.
I'm here for a reason.
Of course.
I'm going to enjoy this shit.
Of course. So, let's talk. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, because actually, I got a good point. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, we're good. So, you have did you do across the country road trip?
Yeah.
Look, this one thing look. Y'all just say anything y'all want to say about people in whatever industry they're in. Have your own opinion, but somebody I know that's doing their shit and take care of their shit. Look, that's just above and beyond. So look, you traveled from one coast to coast with your best friend. That's one.
It was 19 states in 1 month.
19 states in 1 month.
I traveled the West Coast.
Okay, so
I just didn't go to Oregon or Montana. Or where Seattle is, Washington.
Yeah, Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, I did not go there. Those 3 states, but every
I already
other
know
state.
why she didn't go up there to Seattle. It rains.
Because the girl that I wanted to go there, but it was like, I was ready to get away from her, so we kind of like cut it short.
Cut it short?
Yeah, I left her in South Dakota.
Dang, did she make it back?
Well, of course she made it back. Of course.
That's why I really I wouldn't mind taking a trip by myself. But then again, I'm like, yeah, I want people there, but then I'm an introvert extrovert.
I feel you. I liked it both ways. I did half of it by myself and half of it with somebody. Luckily, I did the first half with her because that's when I was in like Las Vegas, New Mexico, California.
And all those
like,
springs.
The party shit, you know.
The springs and stuff.
Yeah, and then coming back, I was going through like Kansas and Wyoming, or I was in Wyoming with her too, but I went to Wyoming twice while I was there, and Colorado the second time. I fucking loved Colorado.
I'll be scared of Kansas just because of all the tornadoes I hear about. I'll be like, look at me, the time I drive through a freaking tornado right there.
So I wanted to go because, you know, this isn't Kansas anymore. That's the whole reason I went, I'm going to be honest. I just wanted to be able to say that. But it smelled like shit out there. I was not expecting it.
Well, you think of a lot of cows and a lot of farmland.
Well, I was in Wyoming and they had, I'm not even, like,
but I think Wyoming,
fields of cows in the road. Fields of it. And it was not as bad as Kansas.
I think, good looking about this, they're by water in Wyoming. Kansas is in the middle of the...
Touche. You got a point. And there was a freshwater.
Yeah.
I stayed at this like camping ground out there.
So did you do all that with like Airbnb booking this place, or what did you do?
It was Airbnb, and then we would camp in some places, and like one of the places, yo, it was so sketchy. It was in the bumfuck of Utah. I had to drive an hour into where there was no service, and I go down this like dark road, and then to another one that was like cut off like dirt and shit, and it was a cabin in the woods. Yeah, and there was this like, I heard like these like screaming meow sounds, and I was like, oh my god, is it a fucking cheat or light? As if there would be that out there. I know. I know. It was just a house cat, you know. It was just like the neighborhood cat or whatever, but they scared the fuck out of me.
As a black person, I would not have gone to the woods. Hey, you know, we don't.
Look, man.
But I want to go camping.
Mama ain't raised no bitch in the family, okay?
I feel you there, but look, me, I'm like, I watch too many scary movies.
You think that's bad? Me and her both hiked 4.5 miles at 12 a.m. in the woods into the hot springs.
Oh, yeah.
And there was people out there. I'm pretty sure they were about to have an orgy. We left because one of them was cute. Not at all. But
They invited y'all to the orgy.
No, well, it was a local that told us about the spot, and then like we saw like signs, like low key stuff that was like nude sunbathers or something, and we're just like, haha, whatever, you know. I mean, we were naked in the hot spring. It wasn't anything.
I wouldn't mind. Hey, I really feel like I should be a nudist anyway, but you know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, like occasionally I might like just want to wear panties just because of the area I'm in or something. I might feel a little
you don't want to fly
disgusted by the breeze.
You don't
or
want
something.
your fly in cooch.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm like, what the heck was that?
I don't even know how to feel about that one. That would be like horrific.
Imagine that, a fly flying.
No.
Never mind, cause look, I'll be already swinging enough when flies are flying around my head.
I know.
If they were flying
So I'm
around
scared to put my head out the window or something. Like
I'm afraid as soon as a bird, like, what the heck?
you just never know.
So what was your favorite spot on your trip?
For a party or scenery?
Both. Because I already know, I feel like party, you gotta go Vegas.
Vegas was really awesome. I went to a sex club out there, which is really cool.
What?
Yes, they have those in Tampa. They have those.
I think they're in Orlando and stuff.
Probably.
Yeah.
They have them in New Orleans too.
Oh.
Well, it's not really. It's more of a swingers club, and the girls can be topless. But this was a legit sex club. Like, yeah. There was like a dungeon room, there was separate rooms that you could see in but you couldn't see out, or yeah, it was cool.
Some BDSM stuff.
I mean, I didn't partake in the beat just because it wasn't the vibe or anything, but they had a stripper pole, a hot tub, you know, it was really cool. I just had to see it for myself.
Was it Hugh Hefner's?
No.
Dang. Oh, snap. Wait, how much was this club?
This, I think it was like $50 to get in. They also, if you ever, I think it's called Caliente. It's a resort. Yes.
It's a sex resort?
Well, swingers resort.
It's a swinger.
But they're not saying you can't have sex in the room. And meet people there to take back to the room with you.
So do you have to stay there in order to go to
No. You can get a day pass. They also have them in Houston.
Oh. Guys, y'all found out some new stuff.
Well, it's sometimes they have rules. The guy has to come with a female. Sometimes they don't let just one male in. Well, because they don't want it to be a sausage fest.
Yeah. That's why guys get there first, and then you may be like, gotta go again. Get in there as soon as they open.
Bring a female.
You're like, hey girl, I don't know what you're doing, but come on.
You don't even have to stay by me. Just come with me.
So, do you go to festivals or anything too?
I've gone to a couple festivals.
Okay. That's one thing
It's okay.
What was your favorite festival you went to? Because I feel like you make your own schedule.
The one in Las Vegas.
Don't you make your own schedule, basically?
Yeah, it was so loud. Literally the one I went to in Vegas, we were driving and saw people walking around in rave wear, and we're like, what's going on? They're like, there's a rave. So we bought a ticket, we parked, put our stripper outfits on, because that's all we had on us, but we wanted to fit in a little bit. So we put some stripper outfits on, bought some tickets, and went up in there.
Was it like Burning Man?
Maybe. I don't know,
though. Like a big thing?
No, it wasn't like, it was kind of a smaller one, but it was lit. Somebody passed me some drugs, and I'm not sure what it was. They just said it would make me feel great.
Did you feel great?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it did what they said.
It did what it did.
Alright, so have you ever been to EDC?
No.
What?
I've never been to any of the big ones.
What? We got Rolling Loud.
Nope. I went to the Buku Fest. That's the biggest one I went to. That was in New Orleans.
Well, that's the one that happened recently.
Yeah, I literally found out about it and bought a ticket for that day and drove from Panama City to New Orleans. Just because they were playing, the Glass Animals were playing and I love them.
Alright. Like, I fuck with the Glass Animals.
I know, it's so hard.
Feels
But the guy is weird
Yeah.
in person. I don't know, like when he was
They didn't wear
like
the
up
mask.
there.
They
No, I don't know. He was just doing something weird with his tongue the whole time, and I don't know what was going on with him. But he has fabulous music.
Because, look, I was in Hawaii in the military.
Okay.
And my
I
friend...
forgot you were in the
I
military.
know, right? If I tell you everything I did in 10 years, you're like, damn, I did a lot in 10 years. And I started thinking, I was like, dang, I really did a lot in freaking 10 years. But, like, yeah, I went to a couple festivals and I got introduced to that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, experience something different than what you're used to is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you're like, dang, this
You're
is actually
expanding
lit.
your mind.
Expanding your mind. The music ain't bad. Like, bro, I know how to dubstep a little. But
I can't do that shit for
What?
nothing.
Whoa, hey.
No, I'm telling you, it is terrible. I can't do that idiot, like, you know, where they do, like, the
The-
foot
the-
thing.
Hey,
No.
that's, hey, but when I was over there, I was like,
Maybe do, like-
I was like, oh. And like my friend, his name is Gary. Gary Stevens. And like, yo, he the one that actually introduced me to all that
I know
stuff.
he did show you a good time, though, huh?
Bro, that was my, look, if it's anything, I say he's Filipino.
Okay.
He's Filipino and white. So like, this is my boy. Like, we met each other at A school, ended up in the same barracks. And he ended up dropping from the program he was in, because he was like in the spec ops and stuff. Then ended up getting into,
Sorry,
are you
I'm
good?
just turning the volume
Oh, you
off.
good. And then ended up going to like CBs and everything. And this how you like knew it was like destiny and everything. You know, where you're gonna be stationed. So I already got my orders and everything. To tell like, yeah, I'm going up in Hawaii and all this other stuff. I gotta go to San Diego first for C school. When he left, I was like, I was so sad. It's like I ain't hang out with nobody after that. And then I'm over in San Diego for C school. And he called me. He's like, bro, guess what?
Is he going to tell him what he
He's like, it's like I got orders to. He's like, it's like, where? He's like, Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. I was like, that's where I'm going. And then this is so funny. The barracks he ended up staying in was my same barrack for my whole ship. So I was just like, Gary!
Oh, that's so awesome that you were able to. Aww.
But we fell out at the end of our my military stance because I was stubborn and really was one viewpoint versus seeing how everybody else was viewing things.
It's okay though.
Yeah, I've apologized numerous times, but eventually, hopefully one day, me and Gary get to hang out again.
He was in your life for the time that needed
Yeah.
be, and
Yeah,
you know.
that's my guy. Him and our friend Ellis, which
Yeah.
Ellis has never been to a rave with me, but we used to go downtown all the time. Like, we was the tripod, we call ourselves tripod. That's back when Drake, the one where he was like in the clouds and everything, that album came out.
I don't even know. I
Bro,
don't listen.
it's like, doo, doo.
Oh,
What's it?
I got my.
It's on, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I do know that
Look,
one. His
look.
very like the
Yeah.
early album.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, me and
I missed that, Drake.
Exactly. Before we can go out anywhere, that's the song we play every time. We in the car. We didn't care who was driving. Like them two, like me and Ellis will talk every now and then, and it's funny because Gary's from California, Ellis from Texas, and I'm from Florida. The three best states in the freaking United States of America. New York, y'all alright, but y'all crazy.
No, New York is nasty.
Thank you, giant rats.
Dude, I did not think they were being for real, but when I saw it in person,
Wait, you for real that you a giant rat?
I'm not fucking playing with you. Like, that rat tail was this fucking thick, and it was the size of like a it was not as big as a cat, but damn near close to it. And it was like this far from my foot. I about had a whole panic attack.
I see why they wear Timbs.
They
I
what?
see why everybody up north wear Timberlands.
Yeah, because they need fucking protection. And my ass, I was coming down from acid, and I just came from the beach in fucking New Jersey, and I was wearing flip-flops and a sundress.
And a rat.
A rat was just right there. It was so traumatizing. Never again.
Oh my god. So, for the next part of your life coming up next, well, you've done a lot. What is next? Like, what do you want to experience?
So, like, for future shit?
Yeah, future. I'm talking about
I'm in
future.
the process of getting my pilot license.
What? Congratulations.
Thank you. I've already flown a plane, you know, and
Nice.
it was fun, so I was just like, fuck it.
Okay.
I might also learn how to be a flight attendant just because
Do both
you
sides.
just have to do some real simple course, you know. Both of the the pilot is a little more expensive and takes a lot more time, but the flight attendant shit is easy. So I don't know. I just like to have options. I've done a lot of different jobs and things, but
There's no limit to what you can do and what you will do.
yeah, I mean, well, more of like I just like to try different things and see if I like it, and if I don't like it, well, I learned a new skill. I don't have to pursue it, but I know how to do it.
Okay, yeah. I like that little saying. I like that little saying. If you ever get a plane, well, start flying planes.
Okay, I'm gonna be flying the private planes. That's what I'm gonna aim for.
Oh, trust me, I said, like, if I would be a flight attendant or a pilot, it'd be private because they get paid more.
Of course, and you get treated better,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
But just let me know what plane you're on, so I'm like, Abby, are you okay to fly today? That was my first question. Abby, are you good?
I'm
Are you,
good.
I'm like, are you sure you're good?
Good.
I'm like, hey, I need another pilot. Just
No, I'm definitely. It's kind of nerve-wracking flying though.
I know,
Like, I don't like my left turns.
Get better at it.
I like the right one's easy, but the left for some reason I just feel like I'm nose diving.
Oh Lord. Hopefully everywhere you fly, you just have to turn right.
Yeah.
But no, you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just there's a lot of controls too.
Oh,
And
trust me.
I've been flying the real small planes, you know.
Oh, you taking the see,
Yeah, like 3 people fit in it, maybe 4.
4, it's a 2 in the back, 2 in the front.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was like in elementary school, they had a Chappie James Flight Academy here, and we did that for one summer. And for graduation, you know, you get to fly the plane and stuff. Oh my God. It's scary at first, but on the other side of that little fear, you're like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm up
fucking
here.
flying.
I'm flying the plane.
And I was like in Baltimore, so it's like a new scenery, and it was just like, it was nice.
Hey, keep it up.
Yeah. Fuck, I've also skydived before. I like playing things. I don't know. Feels like I'm risking my life.
Exactly. I haven't went skydiving yet because every time I want to go skydiving around my birthday and it's cold.
Oh.
But then also I'm like, I'm trying to get somebody to go with me, but
I'll go with you.
Bet.
Seriously.
Bet.
There's a place that overlooks the water, like right in between here and Mobile. So that's where I went.
Oh, bet.
Yeah.
We definitely gonna do that. We're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. They're cool.
Bet. Hey, so just so y'all know, when that skydiving thing come out, we will have a video, and it will be.
I'm doing makeup next time though because those pictures were not it. I was terrified because I was by myself. I mean, I had to be strapped to me, but nobody went skydiving with me. I drove up there by myself, and I just decided to do it. And I'm like crying while he's strapping himself to me, I'm just bawling my eyes out, and then like as we're going down, I'm just bawling my eyes out. He's like, "Isn't it beautiful?" And I'm like, "It's just beautiful." I'm like, "How far down are we?
Oh my God.
How much longer?"
Oh my God.
So,
I can see that whole thing.
It was on video, and I deleted the video for sure because I was like, nobody ever needs to see this. It was embarrassing.
Dang.
It was bad.
I'm gonna recover that video. Don't worry, I know some software.
No!
Get it back. Oh snap! So, for closing remarks, what is one thing you want someone to take away from everything we discussed today? The biggest thing, or what is your biggest takeaway? What do you want people to take away?
Don't let anybody feel like you can't do what you want, and just if you feel like you want to do it, fucking do it. Nobody knows what's best for you but you.
That Yes, facts. And my biggest takeaway is communicate and boundaries.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, stick to your boundaries, communicate, and stop the insecurities.
Yeah.
As soon as we finally accept the differences and look at them as a good thing versus looking at it in a negative viewpoint, a lot less judgmental. Cancel culture can die finally.
Can we stop this?
Exactly. Because shoot, y'all we want to cancel the guys, but what I'm just saying, what happened to Megan Thee Stallion? You ain't canceled her yet, and she lied about Tory Lanez. And same thing about Johnny Depp's.
That all that shit's a distraction from what's really going on. They're just like keeping you in this little box. Like,
oh, get them with this drama.
Go outside, experience life.
Break your phones. Well, don't break your phones.
No, don't do that. Just like
disconnect from the social media and go connect with.
Just for like even an hour. Go put your feet in the grass, bare feet. Do it.
Matter of fact, hey, we got
grounding.
Yes, we're gonna practice. Hey, we gotta plan a road trip. And I mean, no social media or nothing.
Do you have your passport?
I'm working on it.
Okay, cause I already bought my ticket, but I'm going to Colombia in August. But I already have somebody going with me. But we can plan another trip.
Bet we're gonna do this.
I know how to get really good, like all-inclusive shit. So.
That is a flying private.
No, unfortunately not. But I am working on it.
I
I met a man in Destin, and he's most definitely a millionaire, like 150,000% sure. He has a private plane, and
well, hey guys, and also get you a friend that got sugar daddies.
yes,
Hey.
do not hate on them for it. Be thankful. Because
cause look, guys, y'all won't believe this. When you don't have sexual relations with the woman, y'all get a lot more beneficial stuff that goes along with it. Yeah.
You don't always have to fuck.
Exactly. Just enjoy the moment. But like I always say before we close out the episode, dream big dreams, small dreams have a little magic. Oh yeah, thank Emma. Emmy baby for
Thank you
coming
for
on.
listening.
And how big we dream, you know you couldn't fail. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, and happiness.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat.